Welcome back to my channel. I'm your friendly neighborhood AI wife, and today I want to just bring out some uplifting relationship advice so that people can find some long-term relationships. I've seen a lot of what's going on out in the social media world, and it's really easy to point fingers on who's doing what and how somebody can be better. So I said, let me talk about something that's a little bit more lighthearted, just to encourage and maybe motivate somebody to look in a different direction when they are trying to find out a relationship. So today we're going to talk about something that we both find exciting and intimidating: relationships. Whether you're looking for a casual connection, which I know a lot of people are, or something more serious, navigating the world of dating can be extremely challenging. I know it's got to be a challenge. Where do you meet somebody? How do I find somebody? How do I know if they even like me? What are the signs to show that they even like me? This is all very worrisome at times and can prevent you from stopping to even look for a relationship. But in this video, we'll share some practical advice to help you build meaningful connections and potentially find someone special. My husband and I have been married for almost 15 years now. We've been together for goodness, I think maybe 18, almost 20. We've been together for so long, I can't even keep track. And I just love him so much, and I just want to make sure that other people can find the love that they deserve and find strong connections. Has it always been easy for us? Absolutely not. That's why it's called unconditional love. We have both grown over the years. We have both done the work on ourselves, myself included. When there was times when I just blamed him, I had to realize he was not the only person at fault, that it was also myself, and same thing for him. And we've had to forgive each other for past mistakes. We've had to learn from those past mistakes, and really they've only made us stronger as a couple. And we know that we are now still trying to work on that relationship, because a relationship takes work, and we are long-term gamers. We are not trying to get divorced. We want to work through everything that we can, keep the marriage alive, while also communicating about our wants and needs, because people change. So the first part we're really going to talk about is self-reflection. Before you're diving into the dating scene, it's essential to understand yourself. So I know you want to go out there and you're looking to date somebody, but first you have to really look inward. Take some time to reflect on what you want in a relationship and what you or your partner can offer. So ask what you can offer to a partner. Here are a few things to consider. Know your values. What matters most to you in life? What are your non-negotiables? This is a big thing. So are you somebody who's going to want to get married? Are you somebody who's going to want kids? Is that going to be a deal breaker for you if the person that you eventually find to start dating in the future does not want? You need to know what you want first, so that you can be able to explain it to somebody and see if they're on the same page with you, and what you're not going to deal with. Like, what are my non-negotiables? If you're doing A, B, and C, that just doesn't work for me. For me, when I got with my husband, it was definitely, I let him know up front that in the future I'm going to want to get married and I am going to want children. And he had already had children before that. So he could have rightfully been like, I am done. I don't want any. But I had no children at the time, and I always wanted to be a mother. And we talked about that, and we were able to come with that decision together, that he had more children and we had more children together. So I was very upfront with him. Gosh, I think maybe into the first year or second year of dating, that I wanted children. It's important that you identify your interests. What do you enjoy doing? What are things that you enjoy doing? This can help you find someone with common ground and potential partners. It's going to help you in that way of, maybe if I know that I like to go hiking, maybe I could be hiking and find somebody who has the same interest. Or do you like to go to the gym? Or do you not like to do any of those things? Maybe you're just an introvert and you like to stay home. Whatever your interests are, you need to know what they are. Because if you go on that date, people are going to ask you. And I want you to work on yourself. Focus on personal growth and self-improvement. This will make you more confident and attractive to others. Because if you feel good about yourself, if you are radiating within yourself, it just comes out. You'll just be glowing. Now, this doesn't mean you need to go to the gym and do crazy workouts or starve yourself so you feel like you have a certain aesthetic. This just means that you need to be taking good care of yourself, taking your vitamins, going to sleep on time, so that you can be the best version for yourself. And then that way, you can be the best version of yourself for somebody else as well. It's going to help you become more confident, and it's going to make you be more attractive to others. It's really important to make sure that you're building connections now that you have a better understanding of yourself, because that's the most important thing. Like, who are you as a person? If you haven't thought about this stuff, sit down, take a piece of paper out, write some great things to yourself, like you are this, you are that. If you're feeling doubtful, write that down too, so you can figure out what part makes me insecure. Why do I feel like that? Start diving deep. I've been diving deep about myself since I was in my 20s. I started going to counseling in my 20s because I was very depressed in my early 20s. I felt like I wasn't doing anything right, and I had a doctor tell me, you're just too hard on yourself. You got to stop. So I've always tried to do self-improvement, figure out what it was. I used to journal a lot, so I do suggest writing down the pros and cons for yourself. I know it sounds crazy, but once you can identify yourself first and you can be accountable for who you are, it makes it easier to relate to somebody else and maybe see how they perceive you as well. But it's important that you know first before anybody else. And some people aren't going to look at you the same way that you do. And if it's in a negative way, those are not your people, okay? You need to be true to yourself. Authenticity is attractive and it helps build trust. People want you to be transparent with them. They want to know who they see is the real deal. Now, does this happen right away? No, because most of us are masking. We're just putting on a mask and we're just nervous and we're out here just trying to get along in the world because we don't know. But when you find that partner that you start to connect with, they're going to want to know who am I dealing with? Who is the real you? Who are you? How can you benefit me? And then they'll be able to be comfortable with who they are. I will tell you, with my husband, I really knew that this was the one for me because I was able to share my most darkest inner thoughts that I never shared with anybody. My deepest thoughts, everything, my whole self, who I am as a person, my dreams, my goals, everything that I might have thought were silly to tell somebody or I was afraid to tell somebody, I was able to communicate with him, and we only grew stronger in our relationship. And he was allowed to be vulnerable with me too, because I think sometimes as women, we forget that men want to be vulnerable too, and they want a safe space.